What is going on, everybody? Hey, Monty here with another episode, another edition of Hey Chill, It's Just a Podcast. We started a few minutes early because why not? We're just here. So let's just get it started. Feel me? Anyway. Yeah, man, we're back here with another week. It's, shit, man. It's just been another week. You feel me? Life's been lifing. It's just me and Tay today. What up, Tay?
I know. It's so empty over here.
It does. It just does feel empty in here. It really
is.
does. You know? It's okay. We'll get everything back on track. Shit, man. How are you? How's your week been?
How's my week been? My week has been pretty darn good. I mean, it's not like it's been phenomenal, but, you know, good things happen. Good things happen.
Yeah, nah, big facts. Yeah, my week's just been another week. Another week. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're here. Last week we did do an episode, but we were having internet issues, and then we were having stream issues, and this, that, and the other. Sorry. So last week's episode just kind of got trashed. So, but it happens, you know. So we're here back with another episode. We'll just run it back. We did do a great interview. That's the part that really kind of bothered me, is that we did a really good interview with Coco the Plug, talking about Bridging the Gap Youth Program, and we lost that, and that sucked because it was good. I really thought it was solid. And that sucked. You know, I was upset about it. But it's okay. We'll get it back. We were trying to get her back this week, but she wasn't feeling too good. So we'll get her back next week, hopefully. And we'll get a nice, good interview from her. You feel me, though?
I feel you. Before we go any further, do you know where your waist is?
Where my waist is?
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
No. Those are your hips. Only saying because I think I understand as to why your crack is always showing. Like, dog, pull up your pants.
Bro, why are you looking at my ass all the
time?
I see
is a chunk of
just leave my fucking backside alone. Fuck. Always looking at my fucking
It
crack.
don't blend in. You wearing all black, and then I see this little bright beige little pole. Like,
you know what?
Make it work, friend. Just get it together.
We have a problem. We have a problem.
All right.
Psych, no, I'm playing. Anyway, so yeah, we'll get into the first segment, goods and bads, man. Let's talk about our weeks. Tell me a good thing that happened to you this week.
A good thing that happened this week. I'm gaining weight, y'all. I'm gaining weight. Each week I'm noticing that I gain me a nice little pound at least. So that's a good thing. I'm moving on up and over.
I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Just like, we got to make sure it's muscle though, not fat. You feel me?
Definitely. I mean, I actually need a nice little mixture of them both at this point.
I'm just having a fucking catastrophe over here. Hold on.
I see. Poor thing.
I gotta get my shit together because this mic is just so far from me, and I'm just over here fucking trying to get my life together. Is this better? This is better.
I don't know.
This is better. This is better. I feel better.
It's all about your comfort. You're asking me.
Sorry. Anyway. All right. I'm glad to hear that. Good thing that happened for me this week. I mean, sessions are getting a little more busy lately, so honestly, I needed to pick up on the sessions, so that was good. I did a lot more sessions last week. Getting back into groove, working in different studios environments all the time now is cool, because like I'm not always stuck in the one space all the time, you know. Having to figure things out in different spots is cool, so I'm vibing with that. But yeah, that was my good thing. Bad thing. What was a bad thing that happened, or something that you feel like could have been better, or was just like shit?
My son, him in school, he got in trouble again.
He has
an issue. He has a problem regulating his emotions.
Does he have like an emotional disorder of some sort, or?
That's what we haven't evaluated. That's not really an emotional disorder, but I mean, no, he doesn't have one to my knowledge. But I mean, it's like all or nothing with him. When he gets there, he's there. Like, he's there. And, you know, everybody goes into discipline and say, oh, you need to beat him. beating is not always the answer. Every child does
not
not
all the
respond to a whooping the same way, and he's not one of them. He don't really talk. It's like talking to him is hard too. Honestly, I'm really thinking about having like a physical sport to put him in and maybe kind of help him with
Football
discipline
or
and stuff.
something.
Football
maybe?
ain't gonna work. Not for him. He's not gonna do football. But I'm thinking maybe like
baseball, soccer.
maybe like a karate.
Okay.
Yeah, like a karate
Yeah.
or a boxing.
That's actually not bad at all.
Yeah, he did soccer. Yes, they didn't really. So I'm thinking more of a karate or
You
boxing.
should try.
something to
Yeah,
kinda
you
help
should
him with
definitely try
discipline.
like karate, taekwondo. I know when I how old is he?
He's 7.
7. When I was how old was I? Maybe 8 to 11. I was in taekwondo. I think around that age. And I only got to like a green belt. That was about it. But it was fun. A lot of fun for sure. Like learning how to do taekwondo. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then we did like all these other side trips, and I had made new friends, shit like that. So yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something else out. I
Turn
feel
him
like
into
I've
Cobra
tried
Kai.
it all. Turn him into Cobra Kai. Nah, I'm
Yeah,
scared.
Cobra Kai
Crazy.
never dies.
Bad
Fuck
thing for
Miyagi
you.
though. Fuck Miyagi though. Fuck him. Second I'm playing. Karate Kid. I'm such a nerd. I swear
Yeah,
to
you
God.
are.
I gotta tell you guys, like, I have just been nerding out like times 10 to the maximum lately. Like, oh my God. Like, I like it though. That's just who I am,
Okay.
Anyway, all right.
You
So
like it? I love it.
shit. So let's just discuss some things, man. First things first. The Super Bowl was yesterday. Tay, you said you didn't even watch it.
I
Which is
did
whack.
not watch the Super Bowl, you guys. I was getting the tattoo done instead.
All right, well, I'm just gonna put my 2 cents in on the whole Usher situation. Usher had one of the best performances I've seen at the Super Bowl in a long time. To
Are
be
you
honest,
sure? Hold on.
hold on. I'm gonna get into that. Just hold on. I am not discarding his performance. Now he did cross the line. I'm not saying he didn't, but he still had one of the best performances I've seen at a Super Bowl in a long time.
What I'm saying, are you sure? Because I got to give it to my boy Bruno. He had the best Super Bowl performance. I don't care.
Oh, this is where you want to take it?
Yes.
All right, we can go there. All right,
That was
so
the best
Bruno Mars
Super Bowl
did have
performance.
He did have an amazing performance. He really did. Michael Jackson back in '93 also had a really good performance.
That's Michael Jackson.
Queen had a good performance, and last year when Dr. Dre and all them came? Was that last year? They also had a really dope performance for what they did. I liked like the different spots that they had in there and the different names that came up that I thought was pretty dope.
Oh, so the Chiefs won the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs did win the Super Bowl.
Oh.
What's up, Tez? The
Hi,
Chiefs
Tez.
did win the Super Bowl. Here's my thing about it, right? All right, well, before I get to that part, the whole Usher thing. The performance was phenomenal, but he did go a little bit too far with touching on a married woman. And you had your point, oh, well, look at, at the beginning of their relationship, how they got together, da-da-da-da-da. I get that, but now we're talking years later. This is an established married woman, right? And he was getting a little too handsy, in my opinion. But this is Usher.
Yes, Usher.
Mr.
We know him.
Don't leave your girl around me. True play for real.
Lord have mercy. He is like
I'm telling
hell
you.
bent on that phrase.
Yes, because that's Usher. That's just who he is. That's always who he's been. Like, look at the
I
whole
feel it.
Keke Palmer situation. All of that. This is Usher. What do you expect? Anything different? And the best part about it is Swiss didn't care. He was just like, bro, y'all are focused on the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Like,
why would he? Look,
let's
I feel
focus
like
on how great that performance was. Like,
nobody else would care. The only reason why it was a big thing is because it was Keke Palmer's boyfriend or whoever he was.
because he was upset about it.
And
Yeah.
he's not like a celebrity. He's not in the industry like that. So of course he's gonna look at it differently versus the people that are in it and understand that this is just a performance.
Yeah, like, and this is Swiss Beats. Like, bro, these are people who've been in the game for a long time who understand that
No, hold on.
it's entertainment. Like,
I want to shed light on that too. Not only is it Swiss Beats, we gotta understand that Usher is just as old as this is.
that's what I'm
This is-
saying.
This
That's
is his
what I'm
generation.
saying. Like they're all older. Like their time to shine was 20 years ago. Like, I mean, they're still relevant today, of course. Usher is still a great, and so is Alicia Keys. Swiss Beats will always be a phenomenal producer, but like their time to shine. They've been in the game forever was my point. And so they have a different understanding than we do. And I get it from a man's perspective. If I saw another man touching my woman during a performance and it seemed like it was going too far, I would probably feel a little uncomfortable. But again, I have to understand that this is entertainment, show business. This is a performance. And the song that they were singing, you know what I mean? So it's like I get where all the people are like, oh, that was inappropriate. It was a little bit inappropriate, but at the same time, it's Usher. Swiss didn't care. I don't care. That's how I feel.
Did he really?
He didn't grab her pussy.
Okay.
He was awfully close to. His hands were in the vicinity.
I still need to see it for myself.
Just watch it for yourself. I should have pulled up the clip, honestly. I wasn't even thinking about that. See, these are things that I need to. Anyway, but yeah, that was that, and the whole NFL I think is just rigged. I think it was just real funny how Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey start dating, and now all of a sudden, I mean, the Chiefs were a good team before that. I'm not going to take that away from them, and Patrick Mahomes is just a great quarterback.
Wait, so you're trying to say Taylor Swift is the reason
that they were in the Super Bowl this year? Yeah, absolutely, because they knew
that Taylor Swift
to white people apparently very. Apparently she brought a lot of money and a lot of views to NFL this year because she was on the screen a lot, and they would always just show clips of her during the game celebrating and this and that, and her and Travis Kelsey was the whole talk of the town for weeks in the sports world. Like, nobody even cared about the fucking sport anymore. All they cared about was Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift. It was, to me, just
so does
awful.
Taylor Swift have like a following like
Beyonce? Yes. Like when I tell you, like, white suburban girls are fucking obsessed, dude. Like, I literally can tell you a lot of girls that I know, white girls particularly, who I know who are just obsessed with Taylor Swift. So yes, she is just as strong as the Beehive or Beyonce's little fan army or whatever. Her fan army is ridiculous. She just sold out a tour like the last few months that she's just been fucking millions of dollars. Like, she's like that. You know what I mean? But like, to me, Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. I don't personally follow her and I don't care, but I'm also a guy. And I'm not saying that guys don't listen to girls' music, because there's a lot of girls' music that I listen to. But Taylor Swift particularly, just not a fan.
I'm not going to lie to you. When Taylor Swift first came out as a country singer, I loved Taylor Swift then.
I was with it too.
I did.
I was all for it.
But once she kind of switched over to more of a pop kind of, I really wasn't rocking with her music as much.
It's because like when it's like how all those Disney bred kids grow up to be, and I don't think she was a Disney bred kid, but I don't fucking know anymore. But when you blow up as like a young kid and they have you doing all this like upbeat, childish type music, like Justin Bieber as well. They had him doing "I'ma tell you one time, girl, I love girl," and baby, all this kind of childish sounding music. He was a child. Yes, but that's what I mean. And these kids go through all of this at such a young age. You got to think about how crazy the music industry is for adults, let alone kids.
No, just think about that. We thinking about the whole Diddy thing. Speaking of Usher, Diddy and Usher.
Have you ever seen that?
And then Usher was Justin Bieber's mentor.
I'm like, have you ever seen the video of it was like a video of P. Diddy talking to Justin Bieber, and he was just like, why ain't you don't be coming around and shit, and Justin Bieber just looked so uncomfortable, like being around him and shit. So it's like, yeah, these people as kids, like they're young kids and they're being groomed by all these adults who are into some weird shit. Like, you know what I mean? So when they get to their adult age and they can start making choices for themselves, they get to that 18 to 21 rebellion stage, all of them going through it. All of them. Miley Cyrus, she done went through it. Justin Bieber, he done went through it. Fucking, who else can I think of? Everybody else who went through it, they went through it. Selena Gomez, I'm pretty sure she went through a little thing. But she is so fine to this day. Selena Gomez, shout out to you. Anyway. So.
No comment.
Moving on. But yeah, Taylor Swift is like that, point being.
All
right, so that's it for that.
I mean,
let's get on to topics?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let's get on to the topics.
All right. Fucking awkward group of people right here.
Who's an
promise
awkward
you.
group of people?
We are.
We are. No, I'm sorry. It's me.
Generally just are awkward people.
It's me. That's why I miss my boy Egg.
I know it. I wish I could have been here today.
Awkward.
We're all socially awkward, if you ask me.
Yeah.
In our own ways. No, you're really not that bad, honestly. As bad as you would think you are, I don't think. But
yeah.
Anyway, all right. So let's get on to topics. We'll actually discuss the first one that we were talking about earlier.
What?
What's the difference between emotional intelligence and versus logic?
Well, not necessarily the difference between the two, but it was just in general emotional intelligence versus logic.
Oh shit!
What you do, bruh?
Camera, my bad. So I feel like a lot of the times women are more emotionally intelligent than men, right? I think this is from my perspective, from my journey, is that women have been more emotionally intelligent, meaning in tune to their emotions, than I have been. But I know when it comes to thinking logically about a lot of situations, I'm definitely a lot more logical and make a lot more sense a lot of the time, for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I've just have warned people so many times about so many things, and exactly what I warned them about happens a lot of the times, and I'm just it's because I'm a guy, so I can see patterns and things that other guys are doing. So when a guy who knows the game himself is trying to give you game to help you not get played, you might want to take some advice.
And I guess that's where my I guess kind of debate goes into with it. Because as you just stated, women are known to be more emotionally intelligent and the man is known to be logical. But is that actually the case, or is that just what we've technically been programmed to believe? Only reason why I say that is because we see the flip of how it happened with females nowadays that aren't as emotionally intelligent, and they say, oh, they acting like men nowadays and this, that, and the third. So that just goes to show that by nature they can be logical.
Well, I'm not saying women can't be logical. I'm not saying women aren't logical thinkers, but I'm saying I feel like a lot of times women that I've dealt with in my life, because I want to stop speaking just before we continue. I want to stop speaking from a general perspective and just speak from my own. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to work on that. So from my personal experience, I feel like women that I've dealt with, they have logical explanations for certain things, but when it comes to common sense to life around you, they're not fully aware. As I feel like I'm a very aware person most of the time. I'm aware of my surroundings a lot of the time. I'm aware of my own emotions. I'm aware of how I'm feeling and what I'm going through at the moment. I'm aware most of the time. But I feel like they can kind of get lost in the sauce sometimes when they get emotionally invested into something and the logic starts to slip.
The same thing happens with men though.
For sure. But I'm saying I feel like it's, in my experience, girls that I've dealt with, they get way more emotionally attached. And when they get super emotionally attached, like I said, their logic has kind of slipped out to where their emotions started making a lot of their decisions and not their logic. To where I get emotionally attached, but my logic doesn't slip either. I can start to see patterns. So say I'm feeling out a girl or whatever, and then I start to see patterns that she's going through. Although I'm emotionally attached, I'm still able to logically detach because I've already seen these patterns and I can see where this is going to go. But
didn't you have to kind of teach yourself that, right? Because once before you fell into the portion where you were just completely driven by your emotions. You just had to learn. Yeah. That's my point that I'm trying to make. Everybody can learn. It's not just designated to women and men.
No, for sure.
It's I feel like it's an excuse that people kind of give it. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I do feel like it is common for a lot more women to operate in their emotion. But I think that's only because it's been something that's, what's the word I'm looking for? Advertised to be okay. It's advertised for a woman to be in her emotions and it's okay. But as soon as a man does it, then it's not okay. It's not. It is okay for the man is supposed to be the logic, you know what I'm saying? But that's not expected for a woman.
I mean, I think it should be expected a little bit through a certain point. So like for me, a lot of times women want a man to lead them, right? So when I'm leading you with logic, if you follow what I'm like, if you follow my lead, then you can be like, you're learning and you're building logically. But if you're not going to follow that lead and you're just going to continue on in the same path, then what's the point?
But that's my thing. That's where it starts to fall into it again too. Because like you just said, the woman looks for a man to lead them. I feel like that's where the issues kind of like lie. Instead of looking for someone to lead you, why not look for someone to meet you? And y'all can kind of like lead together. That's where it's like, it's like, because I feel like the responsibilities that we place on like these the gender roles is that we place on the genders. It's like it creates this whole division instead of the unity of it in general. It's like I just said, it gives us excuse for not learning to change our behavior.
Yeah. And well, I think there's leaders and there's followers. There's a lot of people who are, I think, just following the trend of this is a woman's mindset, and a lot of women are falling into that. And then for men, a lot of men are falling into, I need to be making six figures. I need to have my own. I need to have this, that, and the other. And I need to pay for everything for a shorty. There's people who, but that's also just their mindset. That's just what they've been taught. Like everybody's been taught something different growing up. So my upbringing wasn't well, it kind of was. No, both of my parents had jobs growing up. Both of my parents did things to make money, and they still do to this day to both provide the best that they can. There's been times where my dad was a breadwinner, and then there was times where my mom was a breadwinner, but they both have always maintained a 50-50 we need to maintain together. Because when you're in a relationship, it should be 100%. Like each of you are trying to provide something to bring to the table. So if one's not working, the other one should be home cooking and cleaning. It doesn't matter if you're the man or the woman. That doesn't matter. What matters is if you're home and you're not doing anything while the other person's working, you should do something instead of not do anything at all. You know what I mean? And put in your effort there to where when that other person gets home, they don't have to worry about none of that. They don't have to worry about dirty dishes or, they're going to be hungry when they get home. So have something cooked for them. And if you don't, at least have a sandwich or something ready for them. Just anything, just something, just put in your part. And everything should be fine, personally. I don't think that a woman or a man should be able to just sit on their ass while the other person is doing everything that they possibly can to just provide everything for that specific person. I don't believe in that, personally.
I mean, well, yeah, that is supposed to... I understand the responsibility portion of it being 50-50. I definitely feel that. I mean, we kind of drifted from the topic, though.
We did. We certainly did.
Definitely did. Of emotion. Definitely. But...
My fault. Anyway, but yeah, the difference between emotional and logic. I mean,
I guess really my general point of it all is the fact that it should be no designated gender that is better at the emotional or the logic. I feel like it's all based off of how you're raised. And I feel like people give it an excuse by saying, oh, well, he's a man, so why would you expect him to understand your emotions? Well, if he was a man and taught to understand his own emotions, then he would be able to understand others as well. Yeah. But that's not something that we are taught to teach our boys, unfortunately. Well, what we were taught, I feel like it's changing nowadays. But back then it was more so of, don't make them soft. Don't, don't cry so much.
You shouldn't like, because I still even feel this way to this day. You shouldn't like baby your kids too heavily. Like, of course, give them love, care, and affection. And of course, I don't have a kid, so anybody who feels like I shouldn't talk about this, you just fuck off, honestly. But I just personally feel like, so like people who won't let their kids cry, once their kids, like they try to put their kid in a crib and the kid just starts crying and they won't let the kid just kind of cry himself to sleep type of thing. Like, I know when I was a baby, they used to do that with us pretty much. Like, when it's time to go to sleep, it's time to go to sleep. Because if you're constantly like babying, nurturing, and always they always want you, so they start to have social anxiety when you're not there.
Yeah.
But they have to learn to break that. This is my personal opinion. You have to learn to break that early as a kid, to where you don't, like, if your mom's not there, your dad's not there, you don't have to fully depend on them to be a person. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like sometimes a lot of parents, they just won't let their kids cry enough, and they hear the crying and they're, let me
Now that I
rock
think
you to
about
sleep
it,
and stuff. Like,
I apologize.
no, go ahead.
Now that I think about it, it's like, you know how they look at this generation is like, they say, oh, well, they're just overly sensitive in this generation. Is it like is it them actually being overly sensitive, or is it now all of the years of the way that we've been taught to pretty much raise and take care of these kids is starting to affect their generation, and now they looking at it as like, no, I'm not taking this no more.
So in my personal opinion, I think that so our generation, we were right before the social media boom. We were right before internet really got super popular. We were right before, when we were babies and we were 1 through 10. Our lives were a hell of a lot different. I didn't have a cell phone until I was like 12, 13 years old. And my first cell phone was like a flip phone. I didn't have social media. I didn't have Facebook until I was like 14. Like, so we didn't have these things or access to these things as very young kids. MySpace was the thing, yes. Only thing I did on my MySpace was had like a fucking little animated animal that I could take care of and had music and stuff. I was on my page on my profile all the time. I wasn't paying attention to nothing else. And then when Facebook started booming, I just kind of started shooing away from MySpace. But that was not the point.
Yeah.
We didn't have all of that when we were growing up, opposed to when these kids, like the kids that our age is having now, they have access to all of this at a very young age. Also, we didn't have tablets put in our face at
more influence
1, 2, 3 years old. We didn't have all of that. We had TV, but we only had specific cartoons that we could watch at specific times. We didn't have Netflix. We didn't have Hulu, Peacock. We didn't have none of that.
That's crazy, bro. You remember having to hurry up and making sure that you made it home at 8:00 so you didn't miss the new episode.
Yeah, so that
because if it did, you would have to wait 2 hours, and my mom said I gotta be in bed.
Yup. That was how it was with Drake and Josh for me. Like, whenever a new episode of Drake and Josh was coming on, I had to watch it. I had to be there to watch it. Like, so that was TV for us. TV for kids now is that they have full access to whatever they want to watch. Yeah. And a lot of it, a lot of the cartoons, they're shooing away from TV and going straight to just streaming services. So, and a lot of them aren't that good for children from what I'm hearing. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't watch enough. I know that my mom's babysits and stuff, so she'll have these little kid shows on here and there. But
the fact that things are so easily at demand, we do need to worry about that for our kids, though.
Because they can watch pretty much. I mean, you can have parent blockers and stuff like that, yeah, but it's, kids just have so much access to so much information at such a young age. Me personally, the things that I did on the computer when I was a kid was just played games. I just played RuneScape from a young age, so every time I could get on RuneScape on the computer, I would, and that was the only thing I really did on the computer. Because we had like a family one for a while that me and Devin my brother just destroyed. But yeah, we didn't have tablets and stuff.
Hold on. It started off as that me and Devin, then it just turned into my brother just destroyed.
No, me and Devin destroyed. I was saying. Okay. Me and my brother Devin destroyed.
Oh, okay.
By playing a lot of games on it and downloading bullshit that we shouldn't have.
Just making sure, friend.
Yeah, stuff like that. Anyway, but yeah, we didn't have all of that. So kids nowadays, we had to go outside and play. Go get dirty, go get scrapes, go get bumps and bruises on our legs, and a lot of kids these days are staying indoors. They're sitting on their fucking tablets and playing their video games and shit, which I feel like, me personally, I had a good healthy dose of both, of having to be outside and playing video games as well.
But it's not necessarily always a bad thing. Sometimes we have to learn to embrace the fact that our kids aren't necessarily outdoor kids, because society is changing and there are places for them to fit with not being an outside kid. So
yeah, I also feel like it's because I feel like a lot of kids now are, because they get these devices in front of them at such young ages, like, because the kid tablets and stuff, they really started coming out like 10 years ago at this point, that little tablets for kids and stuff started coming out, and those kids who got those tablets put in front of their faces at 3-4 years old, they got used to that so quickly, because that was the vice that the parents are going to entertain their kids. So now these kids, 10, 11, 12 years old, all they know is screens. All they know is social media and all this because, that's pretty much all they know. They don't.
Well, in my defense, I tried to have my boy in both of them, and he just did not like outside. He doesn't really like outside very much. He don't like being itchy. He don't like bugs. He don't like bugs crawling on him. He don't like getting, and then it's like he reacts real bad to like mosquito bites and stuff. So yeah, outdoors is just not his thing.
The way I look at it is like, what if there comes a time when internet, TV, all that just goes to shit and we don't have it anymore? Then what? We
gonna be in a house creating stuff.
Like
literally, that's what he does now. He's on punishment. Like I just said, he's been getting in trouble in school. But being that he has no technology anymore, he can't watch nothing. He can't get on a tablet. He can't play the Switch.
I bet you he at the crib watching something right now.
Nah, I'm almost certain his aunt that made them go to sleep in the dark.
Damn.
No, that's Auntie Kia for you. But no, he can't have anything. But he's been making fun by just creating things, folding up paper to make a little airplane, drawing different little doodles and stuff. Like,
there we go.
He's going to find a way.
Well, I think it's really important that we teach the next generation of kids like how to do these little activities that are not on devices. I mean, I know the advancement of technology is just getting wild by the year. There's new advances in technology that are just amazing, that are great, but we still need to learn the basics of life, like of how to, like, basic survival, basic necessities in life of how to just survive every day. I really think that is very important, and we gotta teach our kids these things, even if we're using technology to do it. But it's just what we're putting in front of our kids' faces is super important at these young ages, man. We gotta really monitor how much screen time they get, and really make sure that we put in efforts to make sure that they're active as well, some way, shape, or form. Again, I don't have kids, so if you feel like I shouldn't be speaking on this, go fuck yourself. I can speak on whatever I want to. I'm going to have a kid one day. I already know. I'm dead set on how I'm going to raise my child as well.
That might change.
Oh, I'm sure it will. But I'm talking about as far as, like, I know what kind of parent I want to be.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean?
But one thing that I will say, keep in mind, is you know what kind of parent you want to be. However, you have to understand that you have no idea what kind of child you will get.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. And that is one thing I have taken into consideration.
All right.
Because I know I'm a wild person, so not really, but I'm sure my child will probably be a fucking wild child. So, but I do, just as a all-around father, know what kind of father I want to be for no matter what kind of kid I turn out. Even if my kid turns out to be gay and all into the LGBTQ, if that's what my child wants to do, I'm not about to be the one to teach him or force any of that on him type of shit. But if that's who they turn out to be, I'm still gonna love them the same.
The best advice I can give to anybody as a parent is say, hey, learn how to be adaptable, because baby, you got to change at the drop of a dime.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sometimes it's unexpected.
Oh, I'm sure.
Very. And then sometimes it makes you mad because it's like you expect it, but then you just didn't expect it this time. So man.
All right, well, we'll move on to the next topic.
Next topic.
That was deep, baby. That was deep.
Nah,
you guys don't want me to go into my British accent for the rest of this episode. I'll do it.
Shut up and go.
I'll fucking do it. So yeah, we'll go on to the topics that we had for last week because
go on, buddy.
How would you feel if your best friend became close with your current boyfriend or girlfriend? How would you feel if they remained close after you guys broke up?
You go first.
All right, so here's how I would feel. Personally, my logic for myself is, if I meet my homie's girlfriend, she is officially off limits to me personally. Even after they split or whatever, I just don't want to. I mean, there's been times in my life where I have messed with a girl that one of my homeboys have messed with, whatever. But nowadays, like, if I meet a homeboy, this is my girl, this is my wife. I don't look at her in any other way besides you're my homie's wife, you're my homie's girlfriend, whatever. And I keep it respectful from that point on. I don't really try to maintain too much conversation with them. So clients, when they bring in their girls or whatever into the studio, I make it a point not really to speak to their girl too much. If she says something to me, of course I'll respond. Or if we have like a mutual agreement talking about the artist, then of course I'll respond, stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm talking to the artist and the artist only because I just try to have that respect factor. It's just me. I don't think I would be too happy if my homeboy became mad close with my shorty and then was still trying to chill with her after. I just think that is a little bit weird. It's a little disrespectful. That's just my personal opinion about it. Tay?
Okay, so me personally, if my friend becomes friends with my boyfriend, I do not mind that at all. 9 times out of 10, because my best friend is my best friend, my man is my man, and I probably keep them very close. So it would make sense if they become extra cool. The only time that I feel like it's a problem is if it's like now y'all starting to chill without me knowing nothing. Like,
yeah,
it's just some random, oh yeah, oh you ain't know we was together earlier, and it was like, all right.
Oh, we was smoking, like.
I don't know. See, and that's the thing too, because it's kind of weird. I guess it all depends on the nature of the friendship, because if it comes off at all on some weird type stuff, then it's like, all right. But if it's like always on some open, then
yeah, I mean, if it's like bro texted me, he wanted to come over and chill with us today. Like, all right, cool. I don't know why he didn't text me, but but if it's one of those like my homeboy comes through, if it's somebody who I'm like chilling with a lot and bringing my girl around a lot, and they're like cool with each other, like they can talk, have full conversations, just respectful shit like that. It's cool.
Even
like,
if they on some like going out without me type thing, I'm still good with that. But as long as you letting me know that, yeah,
it really depends. It depends on the situation, because if it's just like shorty's like, oh yeah, me and bro's about to go out to dinner. What?
Oh,
why?
going out to dinner? Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Why I can't go?
Like, yeah, what?
Why
like,
I can't go to dinner?
Hold on, why don't we got some double date shit going on?
But if it's on some like, oh, we about to go to the bar type thing, and because I know sometimes having a wingman definitely, it works.
Maybe
it works sometimes. Maybe. I've been a female wingman. I know how it is. Sometimes.
So what if it was
really
a situation?
Not that serious sometimes.
What if it was a situation where like you?
Hold on. Well, I just thought about that. Female wingman. That's my man. What he need a wingman for? Hold on.
No, but I was thinking when you said that the perspective of the dude.
Yeah, being her wingman.
No, she could be his wingman.
What do you mean?
He's trying to get a girl, right?
No, I said if it's my man and it's my friend, then why would he need a wingman? He's my man. But if it's the other way around.
No, I see what you're saying. My fault. I got
Lord, yeah, that just went. Yeah.
Lord, Kia, what does Kia say? If we're all together, it don't. Damn, there's like.
If we're all together, it don't need to be awkward. We can all chill, talk, and have fun together. But being close friends, it's a hard no for me. Y'all can talk about planning a secret b-day for me or something like that, but that's pretty much it. No, I feel it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think it's really situational, because if it is a situation where like you guys are trying to surprise me, and you guys link up to like maybe find, get supplies for a party or get me a gift or some shit, that I get that. I get that. It also depends on the friend. If it's a friend who I know I can trust around my girl, it's one thing.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I'm saying?
That's where I'm kind of getting at though. If I feel like I can really trust you, and I'm not worried about that in the least bit, then I feel it. And then if it's like, even if after we break up, y'all decide that y'all still want to be cool, I'm okay with that. Only if it was like a mutual separation type thing, and like, oh, no ill will towards one another, just didn't work out type thing. I can be like, oh, if they still friends, well, all right, they still friends. They were cool together. If I understood their friendship, why would I be the one to be like, oh no, stop that?
Right. Now, if it's a situation where it's like you met a girl through your homeboy, and they were already good friends prior to y'all meeting, and then, they're already close while you guys are dating, and they remain close after the fact, you can't be mad at somebody for that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They came before you.
Exactly. Like, y'all were friends before me and that person got together, so I can't be mad at you if y'all are still friends after the fact.
What if they start dating?
Then I have to be mad at myself at that point. I would say I'd have to be mad at myself because I should have saw something like that coming. But that's, hearsay, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. You got anything else on that one?
No.
Are you sure? Because you seem like you are.
No, I mean, it's just because I'm just thinking about all aspects of it. Because I can definitely see myself being also the crazy one that's like, y'all too close. Don't talk to him no more.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't care if you're just saying, hey, don't look at him. No.
I mean,
But that would just mean I don't trust that female.
Yeah,
so.
I think for me, it just I always check on body language, on interactions, just shit like that. So like, if when we're all chilling and Shorty is like mad giggly around my homie, or you know she's specifically like singling that homie out on specific things, or just always trying to talk to that one person, you know, and she's being weird, because I've been in situations like that. Then that's where I'm like, all right, now we kind of have a problem, because now you're acting weird type of thing. You know what I mean? But that really depends, you know? I
feel like you should just always know your circle for real, for real. If that's your best friend, you should know that she ain't gonna do nothing like that.
Yeah.
So,
that's crazy. It's all situational.
Because I should say, like, you should know your man too, right? But
you'll never actually know a person, if you ask me. You'll never know what's inside somebody's mind, man. So...
You're right.
You can know them you'll only know the person that they show you they are.
Yeah.
You know? So that's all I got to say about that. All right, so we're going on to the next one. So this was my question. Why are so many women proud to be single mothers opposed to being proud mother and wife in a household?
Sound off. All right. Women are not proud to be single mothers. Women are proud that they were placed in the single mother position and they made it happen. Women aren't just out here, yeah, I'm a single mama, I don't need that.
I think they are.
When they say that, when they say, oh yeah, I'm a single mom, I don't need him, 9 times out of 10 it's because he's not around. So it's like, after a while, it's like, yeah, I don't need you, I guess, because I'm making it happen anyway, and you're not here. However, I do feel like sometimes single moms can be a little too prideful, and let's say I've seen instances where the man wasn't around for a certain period of time and then came back, decided is like, you know what, I want to right my wrongs type thing.
Right.
And sometimes women will have too much pride to even allow him to do that, because I've been doing this for this long by myself. I don't need you.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we do have to understand that we didn't make that baby together. Make that baby by ourselves, and we do need the assistance in raising the child, because there's two sides to that child, you and that father, and that child deserves to know both sides. However,
100%,
I don't feel like women are just out here like, yeah, I'm a single mom and I'm proud of it. It's more so of wearing the badge because that's what you were dealt.
That's fair enough. Okay. That's a good perspective to look at it. I can't really argue with that, honestly.
Exactly.
That's a good perspective to look at it. I do feel like, kind of to build off of what you were saying, there's a lot of situations where the woman wants to be petty or whatever the case is. If it's a situation where the father doesn't want to be there, I get it. But there's the situations where the father is trying everything they can do to be in the child's life and do everything they can for the child, and you're making their life hell. Stop it. So I think there's just a big misconception between independency and interdependency. Okay? There's nothing wrong with being interdependent. That means that you are fully capable of maintaining for yourself, but you don't mind getting help from outside sources. Like, it's okay. Like, don't be afraid to be dependent on somebody else you can trust to be dependent on if they agree to be a part, like a dependent in your situation. You know what I mean? Like, if a baby's father is trying to be in the picture and trying to like be a part of the kid's life and doing what he can to be in the kid's life, why are you trying to rig him for child support and all this other shit? Take care of yourself at that point. Like, they're doing everything. Now, if the father's not trying to have no part of that kid, always has problems picking the kid up, ain't ever trying to see the kid, honestly, shit, rig him for everything you got, because he ain't shit. That's just my personal.
All right.
I mean, am I wrong though?
I mean, it sounds valid.
If the father don't want to be in the child's life, the father should still be responsible somehow, way, shape, or form of that child. I fully believe that. That's just my personal opinion. I'm sorry.
I feel it.
I got a little.
I ain't. Me personally, I'm not. Neither one of my baby daddies are on child support, so.
You a good woman, man.
I'll be thinking about it. No, let me stop. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that it's important for children to have both their parents, both a father figure. And even if you don't have, like, there's, of course, there's certain situations where one parent isn't there, but a new parent comes into the picture, a step parent type of deal, and they really take on the responsibility for that child and treat that child like it is their own child and help raise it. In those specific situations, kudos. Otherwise, take care of your kids.
Like my daddy. I love you, daddy.
Right. All right, moving on to the next one. Jesus. Do women enjoy rejecting men? Do you like, for you personally? I don't even want to. Let's speak for you personally. I don't know if
women enjoy rejecting men. I know.
Do you personally? I don't even want to speak generally. Let's talk about you. I
personally do not like rejecting men. I personally do not like rejecting anybody. So instead of rejection, I just won't say shit.
But isn't that a form of rejection?
No, because I didn't say yes nor no. So it's really just limbo.
But that's a non-response is typically
not a rejection. It's not a response.
But it's not a response.
But it's not a rejection.
But it's not a yes either.
But it's not a no.
But it's not a yes.
But it's not a no.
But a no response, in my personal opinion, means no.
But if that's how you take not a response, then okay.
How else are you supposed to take not a response? If you ask me a question and then I don't respond to you, do you feel like me not responding to you is answering your question?
Wait, what?
Exactly. If I don't respond, if you were like, hey, Monty, are we doing the show today? And I just didn't respond to you. Now you're just sitting there like,
oh, do you? I'm going to just be like, oh, I guess we're not doing the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. So that's my thing. If that's how you take the response, then that's how you take it.
Anyway,
some people, when you don't get a response, they just keep asking until they get a response.
Looking back at what I just said, I just went back on I fucked up what I was trying to say. Point being, no response means no to me.
It means no to you. Well, I don't like rejecting people in general. I don't like disappointing people at all. I got a problem. I'm in therapy, y'all. Kiss my ass.
Nothing wrong with therapy.
No, I'm saying that's why I'm in therapy. I'm working on it, so leave me alone.
Well, have you discovered why?
Why what?
You don't like to disappoint people?
Yeah, it's a childhood trauma.
Let's talk about it. What
happened? Why you want me to talk about shit? Ugh. I was just like my mom's go-to. She had just recently lost her mom, and then I was born, so I was kind of like a void for her. All of her love went into me, so it was like a big disappointment for me when I let her down, because she felt like she was just broken if I let her down, and I saw how that affected her. So till this day, I have a fear of disappointing those that I really care about. So I don't say anything when I feel like it might be a disappointment, or if my mind changed or plans changed or whatever, I'll just go mute instead of saying anything.
Sometimes.
I know.
My personal perspective. Sometimes saying something is better than
saying nothing. Yeah, I know. I'm
At
working
least
on it.
like we were talking about that the one day. When we were getting on your ass about you ditching us all the time. We were trying to go out and stuff. We were like, you would say yes, and then you just wouldn't say anything at all when it was time to go.
Sometimes I actually fell asleep though and didn't notice until afterwards.
If you got plans, you gotta goddamn stay up, guy.
Look, do you not listen? My nickname was Sleepy for a reason.
Sleepyhead.
I love sleeping. I do. It feels so great. I need not to do that though.
I mean, sleeping is okay.
Yeah,
it's overrated.
I shouldn't be so like besties with sleeping. Sleeping is a cousin of death.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I'd be tired too. Like, I was trying to take a little nap at work today. It's just sleeping in those fucking chairs. Like, oh,
I can sleep anywhere.
Like, sometimes I can do it, but it's like today I couldn't do it, man. I was just my leg got out anyway. Yeah, man, I totally lost where we were at. So
not really.
We're gonna go on to the next question. Rejecting. Wait. Hold on.
Oh shit.
I want to put my 2 cents into this. So personally, me, because I don't get approached all that often, and like I don't have too many girls that are like, I mean, unless they're ugly, I don't mind it at all. If I am just like, because there was actually a recent situation that a girl was like, oh, I think you're cute, and I was just like,
can you stop the hand movement?
I'm good.
The hand movement. Hold on now, because he.
Sorry. Anyway, like, but yeah, no. I don't mind it. I mean, to me, it makes me feel like not better at all, but I just be like, yeah, I don't need you, I guess. Actually, it doesn't bother me. I don't feel like good or bad about it, so it's just one of those things. I'll be like, oh, yeah, sorry. All right, moving on. Next topic, because fuck 'em. How would you act if your man told you to shut your mouth and let him lead?
Okay, we back at it.
Yeah.
All right. So it depends on where we are and how it was said. If I am just like talking and it's like we having a group conversation, and that's something I have noticed is women can talk for their man often. I think I've been guilty of it before. And that's like, all right, he a grown man, he can talk for himself. Now if I'm just talking and he just lean over and be like, babe, shut up and let me lead, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit back, shut up, and let him lead. If I am outraged, like I'm irate, I'm yelling, and I'm like going off on some, just being completely belligerent, and he may have to meet me where I am in order for me to hear him, and he on some yelling, hey, shut up and let me lead.
Whole different story. Yeah.
I'm still gonna shut up and let him lead.
Oh, damn.
Mainly because I was already there and he's meeting me where I am. Now, if it's him being disrespectful and just yelling at me, yeah, that's a problem for me.
Said, oh, sorry.
No, really, I it's something about a man being assertive in the right moments that is very attractive. Because I think men confuse like being assertive with toxicity.
Yeah,
I feel like they feel like being aggressive is how you're supposed to be, and oh, you women said y'all like that, but it's a time and a place for everything.
And I've learned that. I have learned that for myself because I'm just naturally an aggressive person, and I love aggressively as well. And I've definitely have learned that for myself, that there is a time and a place to be aggressive. A time and a place that she'll like it, and a time and a place that she won't. And if you're doing it all the time, it can be a turn off. So I've learned that for myself, to like just not be so aggressive all the time and be more nurturing, a little bit more, chiller, not so aggressive. But I don't like, because I don't ever mean like ill will, or like I don't mean to do anything like bad. I just aggressively love people. I don't I don't know I don't know else excuse me, how else to explain it besides I just aggressively love people. And if you see
nuts.
like my relationship with my brothers and my family and my
you don't have
just
sisters.
My whole
it makes
I mean,
sense.
I had girl cousins who I lived with for a couple years and shit like that, but I even fought them all the time. So like me and Desiree used to fucking fight each other all the time. But again, if you see me and my dad, we were just always play fighting and shit like that. Like we're always just fucking
so your way of love is like walking through the front door and just RKO, I love you, baby. Like, no,
absolutely, yes. Like my type of love is like when we're laying, say I'm like cuddling with you, just like rolling on top of you and just like squeezing you for a second type of thing. Like that's my type of love, like bear hugs and shit, and just like, give me them cheeks, I just want to grab those cheeks and then squeeze your cheeks type of thing. So that's just like but I realize that there is a time and a place for that. There are times that girls are just like, yeah, I'm not trying to do all that. Just like there's times I'm not trying to be touched either. So I have to understand that there is a time and a place. But I mean, hey, some girls are just freaks and they do like that. But yeah, if you're just a dickhead all the time, I notice like, yeah, nah, there's a time and a place.
There's a time and a place for everything.
For everything, for sure. Yeah, all right. Moving on from that one. Good shit. Do you feel like a lot of... Let's speak for ourselves here. Do you feel like you, for yourself, do you hold yourself accountable for all of your decisions?
I try to. I can say, as being a human, that there has been time frames where I haven't, but during those time frames, it took somebody else to kind of like show me, because clearly I was blinded by a rage or love or whatever I was blinded by at the moment, and I just couldn't see it for myself. But yeah, I try to hold myself accountable for everything, all the decisions that I make. However, my issue, and I guess that's where I have a problem at, because I feel like I hold myself accountable and it's unfair if somebody else doesn't hold themselves. So I'll have problems if I'm holding myself accountable in a situation and then it's just like, okay, that's it. And it's like, wait a minute, I wasn't the only person that da-da-da-da. So it was like, why am I, but I do feel like in general, well, I can't speak for everybody, but just looking at the climate of society, I kind of personally feel like that accountability isn't something that's a big deal anymore. I'm oftentimes I make it seem like an issue because I want to I hold my loved ones accountable as well as holding myself accountable, and I would want my loved ones to do the same, like holding me accountable when I'm wrong. Because like I just told you, sometimes I don't see it, but
Yeah, I think it's like you have to just look at whatever situation you're in. For me personally, like I've learned a lot from myself that I haven't held myself accountable for making necessary changes that I tell myself I need to make. And I haven't held myself accountable, and I've been kind of making excuses and looking for a different excuse of why I haven't made this specific change yet. And that's one thing that once you start taking full accountability for yourself and not like taking accountability for the things you haven't done, you can really start to make a change for yourself. I think personally, for me, it's like once I start really like, all right, I keep telling myself I want to go do this specific thing, but I haven't done it. And I keep telling myself it's because I'm so focused on trying to go get money, or I'm just so tired because of working, or whatever the fucking case is. I'm always telling myself something negative. Instead, I should be telling myself, all right, well, you're tired, but get up. Like, go do what you have to do. You've been saying you want to do this, go do it. And holding myself accountable and being responsible enough to do it. It's just self-discipline at that point. Like, you have to discipline yourself in every aspect of life in order to be able to, like, really achieve anything, honestly. Because if you don't have any self-discipline and you just are lazy, man, bad habits are going to form very quickly. And life can turn into a spiral downward, you know. So
definitely.
I think we all need to hold ourselves accountable.
No, really.
I think people in general don't hold themselves accountable enough, and we all just have a lot of healing to do, honestly. We all need to go on our own self-healing. All right, next topic that we have.
Which one you want to
Okay, all right. This is, how would you feel walking into a 30-year-old plus man or woman's bedroom, and there's posters of celebrities all over the wall? Oh, Jesus Christ. What are we, fucking 12? Like, that's the first thing I'm going to think in my mind is, what are we, fucking 12? Like, we still have posters of people all over our room. Now, if you have, like, a little painting or a little picture, you know, pictures on your wall or whatever, I get it. I mean, everybody's different, but I just think that's just a kid thing to do.
No, it definitely is, in my opinion.
I know by the time I was like 13, 14, I didn't really want all that shit on my wall anymore. Like, I had some little posters of like sports something or some whatever the fuck, or like my accolades on the wall.
At this age, I should not be going into a man's bedroom and he got a poster of Jessica Alba like next to his bed or something. You know what I'm saying? Or a poster. Well, I said Jessica Alba. Lord, am I old? Like, who's
Jessica Alba's so fine. So.
No, I'm just thinking about like what female celebrity is like, okay, Ruby Rose, she's an Instagram.
Fucking Ice Spice on their wall.
Ice Spice or something like that. Yeah, I'm
Taylor
gonna be like,
Swift.
What the hell?
Ice Spice.
How old are you, friend? Like, now it will be kind of weird. I'm sorry, that's gonna be a turn off. I'm gonna walk out of your room. We might be able to play a game or something. But
yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna start questioning your maturity level. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna be like, hold up, shorty. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, a whole wall full of goddamn posters. Especially if it was like one person, like they were just super obsessed with fucking just Nick Jonas all over her fucking wall, like fucking Usher all over her wall. I'm like, all right, shorty, like, do you have a mural somewhere too? Like, what do we got going on here? This is a little, you know. I just think that's a childish thing. Honestly, I think it's something that we did as kids. Once you get to a certain age, it's like, all right, let's start getting like fucking art on the walls, or, you know, I'm cool with tapestry, or
what if that art is like paintings of a celebrity? It's art. It's art.
So, art. No, hold on. You're right. I think that is a little bit different. I think that's a little bit different, right?
A tad bit.
Because I think posters opposed to art pieces are different. So like these on the wall, these are art pieces, right? Those are kind of posters, right? Those are posters, but these are art pieces. So if you have shit like this on your wall, that's one thing. But if you just have a whole bunch of that in your bedroom, I'm like, I mean, but people are nerdy.
I don't know because people are really into anime. And you can go into a 40+-year-old's room and he got posters of different.
They got fucking
characters.
Like toys and action figures all over the walls. Let me tell you
something. They be nasty. They be nasty.
I ain't gonna hold you though. Like I've always like had kind of like thought about that. Like people who collect. So like everybody knows I'm a huge wrestling fan, right? But I don't have like walls full of fucking like action figures, and I have a couple. Like I have one title belt that I bought, and I'll probably get a couple more because those things are just kind of cool to have. But otherwise, I'm not gonna have a fucking wall full of action figures. Like what if you went into a dude's like room and he just had a whole wall full of action figures on his wall?
Is he a collector?
He like collected a whole bunch of like.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't find it a bad thing. I don't know. It's kind of different to me when you're kind of like collecting pictures of a person versus collecting collectibles like characters and stuff like that. To me, it's a tad bit different.
How though?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because you're kind of invested into a fantasy versus being invested into like this is a real person. I don't know. Now I'm really thinking about that. Why is there a difference to me?
Yeah, because like again, so you go into a guy's room, right? And he's just a big wrestling fan. He has fucking wrestlers all over his wall. He has like fucking a whole bunch of fucking action figures.
He has a whole fucking toy ring. He got a bunch of wrestlers
and shit. He has a whole setup, and he has a fucking wall full of belts. You know what I'm saying? Like he has that in his room going on.
If he got a wall full of belts, I mean, I'd look at that as like it's a collectible item type thing. This is a hobby. At that point, it's a hobby.
Now, okay, so that's a little different.
Yeah, okay, that might be.
He just had a bunch of posters of wrestlers on his wall.
Yeah, then it's kind of creepy. Why do you have all of these men on your walls?
I mean, they could be women wrestlers. Just saying, there's a lot of sexy women.
Okay, and then if you have a bunch of women on your wall, then I'm still like, nigga, grow up.
But you're not gonna tell him to grow up if he has a bunch of fucking toys? No. I want to know this from y'all's perspective. How would you feel about this? Drop a comment.
No, because I feel like it's a hobby versus like being obsessed with a real person.
I mean, but these are real people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if you just have the hobby of collecting belts and stuff like that because you really just love wrestling like that versus having these real people posted up on your walls. It's just weird.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, all right, so we'll move on to the next one. Now, fuck that one.
No, fuck that one.
Is it harder for men or women dating? Do you feel like it's harder for you to find love, or do you feel like it's harder for a man to find you?
I feel like it's harder for me to find love, if that makes sense.
I mean, clearly.
Asshole. Nah, because I feel like men look at women and say, oh, well, it's easier for y'all. Y'all got options. Men are flocking. But the difference is that a lot of men aren't really looking for love. Men are really just looking for the sexual appeal. So if a woman is actually dating to really be in love or, look for something serious, it's just not as common nowadays. So I feel like now it's a lot easier for men to casually date because a lot more females are just casually dating because they're looking at it as well,
I don't.
And the dating pool is pissed. So
I mean, the dating pool is pissed, but it's only as pissy as you let it be.
Yeah.
My thing about it is like I feel like both men and women, we all have our own options, right? Not all of us. I mean, if you're ugly, you probably don't have options.
Oh my gosh.
Even ugly people have options. Let's not even. Yeah, they got options, all right. If you're somebody who is slightly attractive, you have options. But just because you have options doesn't necessarily mean that they're options that you want. Like, because I know for me personally, when I was really like actively, on dating sites and stuff like that, I was getting likes, but likes from girls I didn't find attractive at all. You know what I mean? So, and if it's me being shallow, sorry, but I am attracted to specific types of women. Like, so if I'm not into you, I'm not into you. I don't know what else to tell you. But, yeah, I got,
what?
We all have options, but doesn't necessarily mean that we want those options. That's all I'm saying about that. Like, and I feel like that happens for both men and women. Like, women have options of different guys, but I also feel like a man's options compared to a woman's options are different types of options. Like, I feel like for guys, there's guys like me who go through that. I have girls who like me, but doesn't necessarily mean I'm attracted to them, you know. But then there's
females experience that too.
Which, yes, I'm sure, but I also feel like it's easier for a woman to be like, oh, well, I have a guy who gives me emotional support, but I also have another guy who will take me out when I want to go out. But this guy, he can't provide that, but this guy can. So I'll hang out with this guy for when I just want emotional support, but I'll hang out with this guy because I know he's going to take me out.
That sounds exhausting.
I mean, but this is what happens. Like, I know personally girls, and I know plenty of girls who are like, oh yeah, I talk to like 5 different dudes. I don't fuck them all, but they'll entertain multiple dudes because each one of them give them something different.
Oh yeah,
and I'm not saying that it's not the same for guys, but I feel like a lot of the times, like you said, guys, they just want sex out of the deal most of the time. So for us, it's a lot different because we'll just fucking stick our dick in whatever. If, you know, a lot of the times, a lot of dudes, regardless of who you say you are, you will stick your dick in a lot of things you probably shouldn't be. But
I'm Dirty Dan. Dirty Dan.
I'm Dirty Dan. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got on that. I lost my train of thought.
No.
All right. We got 2 more topics, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, good. Cause
oh no, we actually only have 1 more topic, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Good, cause I got a potty, and you're gonna be mad at me. So come on.
Where are we at? An hour and 7 minutes. Okay. Yeah, we'll just run through it, and then we'll be good to go.
I lasted an hour.
Yeah, you did
7
good.
minutes.
What do dreams? This is totally flipping it. What do dreams mean to you, and do your dreams affect you?
What do dreams mean to me, and do they affect me? Dreams mean a lot to me. Dreams can be confusing to me only because I feel like sometimes a lot of what you're dreaming about can have a lot to do with what you've been through with it throughout the day. So it's really just like your mind processing what you've been through on that day. And then sometimes I feel like there are snippets of dreams that you don't forget for a very specific reason. Sound creepy, but sometimes my little dreams end up coming true, as in like it's not like, oh yeah, it happened just like it happened in a dream, but it'll practically be exactly what the dream was talking about. And I do feel like dreams are important, and you should pay attention to them, not even just for the aspect of, oh, you're dreaming about the future, but simply because, like I just said, sometimes it is just your mind processing everything that you've been through in a day. Yeah. And you can learn a lot about yourself through your dreams.
Well, I think that different dreams mean different things, honestly. Like, I feel like there's certain dreams that you have that mean one thing, but there's other dreams that you have that just mean other things. They're either reflections, or they could be flashes of the future type of thing. Like, they could just be what is to come type of thing. Like, I don't know, just dreams have all different types of meanings to me. My dreams, I do look at them. Certain dreams I'll look at pretty closely. I think we were talking about last week. Go ahead, if you want to go to the bathroom, you can go ahead.
Oh no, we can hold it.
Okay.
We can hold it. Wow.
We were talking about this last week. I had a dream. I want to say like a week and a half ago now, probably 2 weeks ago. I don't know. But I had a dream where I was getting chased. First of all, who was chasing me wasn't that relevant, but it was Brock Lesnar chasing me. And why he was chasing me, trying to kill me, I have no idea. But he was trying to fucking kill me. And eventually, like, he grabbed a gun and he chased me around a table for a minute. And then I tripped a little bit, and I just turned around and I just saw him cock back the gun and then shoot it. And usually when you ever have a dream where when you fall, like you're falling from a building or something, and then right before you hit the ground, you like wake up and you like kind of jump up or whatever. It was like that, but when I felt like when he shot, I didn't jump up and wake up out of my dream. I didn't feel like I got shot, but I felt just my whole body shock, and then like I kind of like saw myself like coming out of myself type of thing. Like I was seeing myself from third person sleeping type of deal. And that kind of like freaked me out. So like dreams like that kind of like, cause why did I have an experience after the shooting part? Like after it happened when I've never had a dream like that. Usually it's like once that bullet goes off, I wake up type of thing. So I don't know. It's like I saw it hit me and then I fell to the ground and then I just remember closing my eyes. And when I opened them again, I was just coming out of myself. And then that's when I actually came out of the dream. It was weird. So yeah, I look at those type of dreams and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, dreams can be pretty fucking wicked.
I used to scream for my mom when I was in bad dreams when I was a kid because I knew that was my way to wake up. Like every time, if it was something bad about to happen to me, all I had to say was "mommy, mommy, 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 mommy," and I'd wake up.
Yeah, I've had some weird dreams as a kid. I still remember this one dream I had when I was very, very young, and it's so weird because I just remember it just vividly. And it was my brother. It was around Christmas time, and I had a dream that my brother Tony. Do you know the song that goes "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time"? It was that song playing, and my brother just dancing this weird dance down a hallway, coming towards me to that song with some like big cat thing behind him, doing it with him. And I just specifically remember that dream from when I was very young.
Treasure cat?
I don't remember. It was like the cat had like a skinny body and a big ass head.
Oh, never mind.
Kind of like some Hello Kitty looking thing. I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember that dream vividly. It was bad.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. So that's all I got for today.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up because I got a whiz.
Anyway.
Oh, that sounds bad. Like I got a wiener to whiz with. I don't.
She does have a wiener, guys.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
I guess.
JK.
Probably.
All right. Until next week, I am gonna be searching for guests. I'll try to loosen up on the guests a little bit. It's just like I don't want to get boring people up here. I'm so scared to bring.
You see how boring we are, though.
I mean, but we have good conversations when we get going, though. You know what I mean? Like when we started going, we started getting going. But yeah, we just want interesting people. Like if you don't have too much going on, but you're an interesting person, cool. But we want people who kind of got something going on a little bit. Like you don't have to have a big following or nothing, but just like at least be doing something with life, like anything. Like you could be an accountant. As long as you're striving to be the best accountant that you can possibly be, then I want to talk about it. You know,
we need a
like
scammer. Let's get a good scammer on. We could all use some advice.
What if he scams us live on air?
How? Shut up.
I mean, Aiden Ross got scammed live on air. Just saying. Anyway, all right. Until next week, guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is Chill. It's just a podcast. Peace.